Hey guys, today we'll be working on complex fraction. Let me write that. Complex, whoops, fraction. So let's start with fraction. Fraction is usually two numbers separated by this line. I don't know if I can call it separated, but fraction is any mathematical expression. It has this form. The part above this line is called Vinculum also. When you are simplifying things, this means a different operator. Like this is an operator which is times, this is an operator which is division, this is an operator addition, this is an subtraction operator, and this one, this big line above some mathematical term is a vinculum operator. In simplification, it means a different thing, but here we consider it a vinculum. Anything above this vinculum is considered numerator or is named numerator. Anything below the vinculum is called denominator. Uh, so the combination of these three things, numerator, denominator, separated by or like split by this horizontal line vinculum is called a fraction. So this is a simple fraction because in the like there is only one vinculum. However, if I can give you some situations like let's say this is A over B over C over D, or let's say A over B big vinculum C, or A over B over C. So these are basically three ways that you can see any complex fraction. You can see multiple vinculums. Like in this first fraction, you have like a vinculum here, a vinculum here, a vinculum here. Three vinculums. Here you have two vinculums. Here you have two vinculums. But if you look at the difference, one of the vinculum out of the multiple vinculums is larger. Like out of these 1, 2, and 3, the middle one is the largest one or the longest one. Then here, out of these two, the lower one is the largest one. And in the third fraction, out of the two vinculums, the top one is the longer one. So yeah, there is always these longer and shorter vinculums if you look at things carefully. Now, in order to simplify these things, what we need to understand is in fraction, vinculum usually refers to division. So that means this A over B can be considered as A divided by B. And then if we use the multiplication and reciprocal, we get A times 1 over B, which you can easily simplify. So using the same logic, wherever is this largest vinculum, you will replace by the division sign. So you will get A over B divided by C over D. In the next line, you can just convert the division into multiplication, which just causes the flipping of this part over here. So you'll get D times C, and then you will end up with AD over BC. So people are usually confused like whether this C will multiply this B or this C will multiply this A, and what will happen to D. So if you do this, if you remember this, it will be, you don't have to remember like what will multiply what. You can always figure it out. So in the second case, so the lower vinculum is the longer one. So we will just write it like this is equal to divided by C. So now if you convert the division sign into multiplication sign, you'll get 1 over C. And in multiplication, you always multiply numerator with numerator, denominator with denominator. So you end up with A over BC. Finally, the last one, you can take a break and then try to figure this out by yourself, or just look at this. So the longer one is the upper one. So A divided by B over C. That becomes, if I do multiplication, C by B, In the denominator, there is nothing, means there is 1. So numerator with numerator gives you AC. Denominator with denominator gives you B. So you have 3 different cases where this C multiplies B, where this C multiplies A. So this is how you remember. So always remember vinculum means division sign, and then you can convert division into multiplication by flipping things, and you get these 3 results. So no matter how complicated the fractions are, you can always use this rule and figure it out. All right, that is all for today. In my next video, I'll prepare something similar, which many people get confused with.